Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So it is that time. It is the 15-minute and 25-minute DMT and Dominator updates. Just get that on. So yeah, you can see the 15-minute DMT came down to try and test near the sell line. Obviously, you guys know that we can often, if we don't break through and close through, it's definitely a good level. Once it rejects to basically stay long or get back in your long position if you're not in one, or an opportunity to get into one. So yeah, so that proved pretty well there. But yes, but overall, still buy DMT, so not much change there. 25-minute for Bitcoin has actually recently, well, relatively recently, turned over to a sell. So if you are short, you're short around this level here, so you're currently like about less than 0.5% offside. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, we've had a pretty strong move. So this DMT, this Dominator 25-minute sell is obviously based on these candles going backwards, and obviously the further back you go, the less relevant the candles become. But obviously we have this big one here, so it's maybe not necessarily the best sell to take. I haven't taken this sell just because of the ferociousness of this move up. So I'd rather see this sell flip to a buy than flip to a sell again, and then I'd maybe look to take the sell. I wouldn't look to take a sell when we've had such a big move up. Obviously, we all know Bitcoin has its Bart Simpson move, so we could get the move straight down, but I mean, whilst that does happen in Bitcoin sometimes, and it's notable and rememberable when it does happen, it's not really something you should try and trade for, because it's just not something that, yeah, I mean, it's just not something that you should try and trade for, basically. But anyway, so Ethereum 15-minute. Within 15-minute again, DMT again took us to the 15-minute sell line. Didn't get close to closing on, rejected straight from it. So again, shows you how good these the levels, the programming, the coding of these DMT indicator is, to show you that it does show you some really good levels. So yeah, that's still in a buy. And then 25-minute Dominator, yeah, I was going to say I'd assume has gone into a sell again. Yeah, so went into a sell, actually on the candle just before the dump. Not the dump, but just before a dump. So if you had the running, take profit, what would you got to? Oh, you went down. It's only about 1%, so it's not much. And then you'd be currently sat about just over 1% offside. So there you go. Obviously my short thesis was wrong. Took 4 short trades, got stopped out on the 5th one. So if you can do that, then that's obviously, as long as you're managing your risk on that, and that one short trade, the one short trade you get wrong at the end doesn't take away your profit, then that's not bad odds. But yeah, larger time frame, yeah, so we're basically gonna move up in this rising channel until we don't. We're gonna get to the point where we come to the bottom and it looks like, are we gonna go down? No, we go up. Are we gonna go down? No, we go up. Are we going to keep going down? No, we go up. I mean, up until the point that, are we going to keep going down? And yes, we go down. Obviously, I'm looking at Ethereum now, but we know the price is pretty much the same. Or we just break up, have a big move up, and then we just forget about this formation because we've had a big, a big move up, not like the move we've had. We'll have a look at it on Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, like a big move up. I mean, that is a big candle, but looking at the context of these moves, it's not actually anything spectacular. We're talking like a 2K candle to get us like up to about here, and then we can probably say we're out of this. But we do have declining volume again in this overall formation here. Let me just try and sort this out. This is declining volume. No, I don't want that one. This is the one I want. This is basically declining volume here. You can sort of see. So declining volume, price moving up, and we all know how this ends. But you can see under here, there's plenty more time for this to go on. I mean, this has taken us into May, well into May, which is about a week away. Well, the point in May is it's about a week away. Yeah, so doesn't need to be resolved right now. So we'll have to see what happens there. But anyway, so it's Friday. You guys were involved in the stock markets. It was a pretty good close for the week. Pretty strong move up in the stock market. They're definitely stock markets don't care about the economy. The economy isn't the stock market. I mean, that is the irony of CNBC, mainstream media, business channels. All the time when people are just struggling with their low-paid jobs and having to have side hustles and having to have numerous jobs, struggling in the economy, they're just completely getting blitzed all the time by mainstream media telling them, well, look, the stock market's up, it's at all-time highs, this is the economy is great, the stock market's up. And then now, I mean, you cannot argue that the economy is great. The economy has never been worse. The numbers and the stats are worse than the depression in the 30s. So the economy is basically turned off, like, for all intents and purposes. So the economy has never been worse, and the stock market is going up. So I mean, what does that tell you? So it tells you that the stock market isn't the economy. So they try to trick you all into thinking the stock market being strong before obviously we had this dip was a sign of a strong economy, but it wasn't. It was just a sign of inflated asset prices, which are still getting inflated because there's all the money the trillions that are getting printed to inflate those asset prices, and then they'll cut you out a check if you're in America of like $1,200, and hopefully that'll keep you happy. Again, I think I mentioned this before, and this is an old stat, and by old I mean maybe 2 weeks old, but 2 weeks in this money go burr moment we're in, this period we're in, is a long time for a lot more money to be printed. But this 2 week old stat was something along the lines of about $40,000 per American has been printed so far during this crisis, and they are obviously talking about giving $1,200 to each American person. So where has the other basically around about 38,000, basically nearly 39, basically where's the rest of it gone? Do you know what I mean? Where has almost all of the money gone? Because that's the majority of the money. Where's it gone? It's gone to basically prop up basically rich people's asset prices. Anyway, so there we go. So remember, none of this what I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will I'll speak to you guys tomorrow, I think. So yeah, take care guys. Happy Friday. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon.